Okay, so I'm going to talk about IT stress management for architects. Hi, I'm Scott Bechtel, and for 21 years I was in the IT industry. I'm working as a programmer and developer and architect. Even got my TOGAF 9 certification. So over the years I got really stressed out and found a bunch of techniques around hypnosis that helped me. And so I'm here to share some of those and even work with other people that want to be stress-free. So IT architects. So in the tradition of everybody night time, I've got cards to make sure I cover some of this stuff. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about what WebMD suggests for stress management. And then I'm going to show you what I suggest for stress management and how I'm different. So WebMD would say stress management, except that there are events that you cannot control. And these are bad. These are good. I just do things differently. Make time for hobbies, interest, and relaxation. Work-life balance, anybody? Get enough rest and sleep. Your body needs time to recover from stressful events, especially when, pandemics, political cycles, so like presidential elections or big government type stuff that's happening. And war. That's a good one too, because anything that is input, so stress is like outside stuff coming in, and that can build emotion and feelings, right? So that builds anxiety, perhaps. And so when you're feeling anxious, it's harder to manage stress coming in. So sleep helps on both sides. But if you sleep too much, maybe that's depression. So that's a whole other thing. Let's see. Seek out social support. Spend enough time with those you enjoy. Do you have friends outside of work? Do you spend time with your friends? Don't rely on alcohol, drugs, or compulsive behaviors to reduce stress. Good advice. Okay, let's see. Set limits appropriately and learn how to say no to requests that would create excess stress in your life. An architect, that can be really hard. But do you have abilities within your career to delegate or say now's not the time to do it? And I know you know all that, but I'm just reminding you, stress management, right? Okay, eat healthy, well-balanced meals. I'm sensing a theme of whole, complete balance in life here. Okay, exercise regularly. Your body can fight stress better when you're fit. Learn to practice relaxation techniques. Try medications. Nope. Try meditation. Yoga or Tai Chi for stress management. The anti-medication list. Okay. Keep a positive attitude. Be assertive instead of aggressive. Assert your feelings, opinions, or beliefs instead of becoming angry, defensive, or passive. Learn to manage your time more effectively. Okay, so those are all really great suggestions. I'm just going to add a few more of how I would approach it a little bit. So stress management, I would say do one thing at a time. Utilizing subtasks on Jira or some other ticketing system so you can focus on one thing, finish it, cross it off. Do the next thing, finish it, cross it off. If one of the ways to manage the pressure of stress, right? So when there's lots of things coming in, or if you're thinking, oh, I got to do this, I got to do, that can feel like pressure. It can feel stressful. And while it's maybe internally made up, that you have to manage that while you're trying to do that. That becomes a lot of extra brain cycles, right? So just one thing at a time, just work your list once it's set up. Never try to multitask. Is that point. Okay. So I created a program that's called Brain Resets. And what that is it's sort of a brain checkout in a very special way. Have you ever daydreamed before? And when you come out of that, you go, oh, I feel better. Or if you've taken a nap, you go, oh, I feel better. Brain resets is a quick 10 to 30 minutes time period. I think they're 10 to 25. Anyways, so it's basically of, there's too much happening. Let me just take my lunch, split it in half. Let's do a brain resets. Let's eat a good lunch. And then we have the clarity and clearing to be able to, again, see the tree from the forest and see the forest in the trees, right? Gaining perspective again. When you're all lost and everything's cloudy, brain resets is a really good way to say pause, get myself back together, and then move forward. And that's at scottbechtelhypnotist.com/brain resets. I'm going to have these links in the description later. Okay. Okay, so another one is jaw dropping. So you're sitting in a meeting and someone says something to you and you get that anger or you get that stress and you get if you just drop your jaw, and it can be subtle. It doesn't have to be big. You can even put your hand on your face, kind of hide it a little bit if you want, but just, you can even take a breath. Take a really good breath in and slowly breathe it out. You just take a moment, drop your jaw down. And if you still have a lot of internal dialogue going on, you can even put the tip of your tongue up to the roof of your mouth and everything will just silent down. And then you can respond with clarity instead of reaction. You can choose your words instead of gut knee-jerk reactions. Okay. Another one is to watch the videos that I'm doing and will be doing on YouTube. So scottbechtelhypnotist.com/YT. Okay. So a long-term strategy I would suggest. So a lot of these are just real quick. Do it in the moment, right? So a long-term strategy is to architect your life. Instead of just going on with the brain software you grew up with when you installed when you're like 3 and 5 and you were reacting to fear or reacting to reacting to all the inputs in your life and accepting everything that your parents or close people in your life are telling you. Now you've had life experiences and you go, oh, now that I'm an adult, how I'd react when I was 5 doesn't work for me anymore. If you want to make those changes where you can go, I've had adult experiences and I want my life, the operating system of my brain, my automatic responses to work in my chosen adult patterns, then I can help you with that. I have a program called Greenfield Life where we go in, we reprogram, and we upgrade the OS in your brain. And the easiest way to do that is to contact me, scottbechtelhypnotist.com/discovery. And let's have a free conversation and work on what you're wanting to create. Okay, so feeling stress is a form of worry. That's one perspective of it. You can't worry, which is thinking about the future, if you're focused in the present. Right? So if you're thinking about right now. So one of the things I like to do is bilateral stimulation. So I have these cards in my hands. So I can just pass these back and forth. And that gets the brain working left and right, left and right. And so you need to cross, and really, if you put your arms out as far as possible, and already my arms, the back of my head, the back of my neck, and even my torso, I'm getting tingly feelings. And I'm getting happier actually. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of funny. Things happen and it's very rejuvenating, but it gets the brain centered. It stops you from thinking about the past, stops you from thinking about the future. You think about right now and what you need to do right now. And part of that focus is just slowing down. And as you're doing a bilateral stimulation, you can say, no matter what the stress is, no, I don't like that. While I have this stress doesn't have me. You can use an empowering phrase. The phrase isn't required, but if you're doing this and you're thinking about a positive thing, then they'll all combine, and it's more of a exponential expansion within the brain. Okay, I think you get bilateral stimulation. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Okay, so another one to do is the integrity reality check. It's really good for gaining clarity. So just stop and take a look at all your tickets and go, have I been given more than I can really do in this time frame? In IT, especially architects, there's you're working on 1 to 30 projects at a time, and when can you get all that stuff done? And really look at project timelines and all that. And I know you do, right? But the reality check, the ongoing reality check of it was all mapped out, it was all good, and now it's 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, do a check-in. Is it your relationship within the required task? So is this a task that you need to do, or can you pass it on to someone else? What can you do about all the tasks that you have? Do you just need to buckle down and do them? Can you pass them on? Can you start getting creative about, well, this one can go on the shelf, this one I do right now. All the normal task management stuff, right? But just stepping back and getting the perspective so that it's not gnawing at you in the back of your brain. Ask yourself, who can help you? Reaching out to people, engaging the team, the community that you work with, and especially in this time of people working at home, and as situations are shifting around that, start building those network of relationships of, I work at home, that person works at home, and what are they good at? Building those relationships with people that you probably never even see as moving forward, right? So building relationships so that then you can leverage them in the future to help either offload your tasks or to gain perspective on and outside perspectives. What do you need to tell that you won't get? Who do you need to tell that you're not going to get this task done? Right. So sometimes as project manager, sometimes it's your direct manager or director. Sometimes it's another team. Right. There's lots of different people that are waiting on you, and you know who those people are. Okay. Really, that's just, if you know what's so, then you can take action on it. If you're super lost in one task, all the others can creep up on you. That's what I'm trying to say there. Okay, so finally, this is the last one. So address specific pain points. So if you have something that in your life that isn't working, like your relationship with stress, all the things that are coming at you, or all those anxiety feelings, those perhaps even imposter syndrome, where maybe you just got this architect position, or you've been at it a bit, but now you have a new director and you haven't built that relationship yet, and you're worried and nervous and you're anxious and it's burning at you, and maybe you feel that in your stomach, maybe things aren't so great there, or maybe you feel it in the back of your head or in the front. So also smoking, because hey, if you're stressed out, often you smoke too much, or maybe weight as an issue. Anyways, so if you contact me, Scott Bechtel, Hypnotist /discovery, and I'm going to have all these links in the description of this and the first comment. Talk to me. If there's anything I can do around stress and with hypnosis for an architect, please get in touch. I really appreciate your time.